Coach, anyone you want?
Yeah, I thought it was another really good competitive game against two really good teams, and for our guys to find a way to scrap and claw some runs early. I thought Logan Knight was outstanding, and then Danny coming in to finish it out like he has all year too was pretty special to watch. I thought our pitchers have been great the first two games, and only having to use four pitchers sets us up to try to make a run at this thing. So we're excited to keep playing and have another opportunity tomorrow.
Questions for student athletes?
Yeah, Danny, for you, I mean, how did it feel to be put in that big of a situation?
It's a dream. It's what you dream of, playing football in the backyard, just being in the bottom of the ninth inning to get the final out to extend your season. It's a dream come true.
Shoulder catch out there and left.
Wasn't really looking, but I already looked at my catcher, but I knew we had it. I've been trusting all of our guys the whole year, and no doubt Colton was going to catch that.
And then, Colton, for you, I mean, what was the celebration like on the field? I mean, what does this kind of mean to you guys?
Oh, it feels amazing. Like Danny said, it's something we dream of, coming from, North Dakota, Fargo. But, we're not done yet. We came here to not just win one, but make a run at this thing, and we're going to continue to do that.
And coming in here after a loss yesterday, I mean, what was the group kind of saying amongst each other to have another shot today?
Yeah, we, just not get down on ourselves. We played a good, competitive game, so just continue to do that.
Colton, what was your guys' approach against Kansas starting pitcher, and why do you think it was so effective?
Just see the ball up. I mean, he had some good pitches, good changeup, good slider. So everyone was just trying to go up there and compete and move it to the next guy.
Colton, I guess just how important were those two first-inning runs to kind of get the momentum on your side kind of right at the beginning?
Oh, so important. We know playing, a school like Kansas, if we can get the lead right away, we're pretty good playing with the lead, so just continue to do that.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Fellas, nice job today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Oates?
Yeah, just the second NCAA tournament win in program history. Just for having gone on the run to get here and now to get that kind of title. Just what is that like? Just sitting in your position as the head coach.
It's exciting to see. It's what we all worked for to get to this point, and I think we put our guys in great situations. Not only this year, but in past years too, to continue to try to build this thing and move this thing along and kind of break some of the stereotypes. There's a lot of people that'll count us out, that don't think we can play baseball, don't think we can coach baseball, and so it's fun coming into environments like these that you can go and prove people wrong and go show that we have a really good ball club and guys that compete at a really high level that are tough, play the game the right way, and so I think that's the most rewarding part is this group just has another opportunity tomorrow, another 9 innings guaranteed to go out there and compete again.
And then Evan Gustafsson, I believe, is just his second multi-hit game of the year, and he gets the winning RBI. Just what did you see from him today? What was working for him, and how cool is it for a guy like him who redshirted last year to get that moment?
Yeah, he's a transfer from Oregon State, and so he's a redshirt freshman and came in, and him and Gordon have kind of been spelling each other. He's been the pairing of him and Knight together too, pitcher-catcher wise, has been outstanding, and so he's another left-handed bat, so we had 8 of the 9, I think, were left-handed hitters, and so can give some people some fits. Obviously, their guy did a really good job, has a really good changeup. I thought we made some really good adjustments after the first couple hitters of the game too, but for Gus, he's had some timely hits and some timely at-bats for us all year long, even though the batting average might not look as pretty as we want. Like, he's a kid that's going to only continue to grow and continue to get better, and it was fun to see him get some of those opportunities and come through for us.
I think Logan had that complete game in the Summit League tournament last time out. Just what have you seen from him maybe the last 2 outings that have really had him come on?
He's been able to mix and match all of his pitches. He's not afraid to pitch inside. I thought that's something that we did fairly well yesterday with Nolan. Later in the game too, is going inside, and his breaking ball has always kind of been his out pitch too. So he's another guy with some experience. He's in a groove right now too, where he's been attacking the zone. I know he had a couple of hit by pitches today that we were trying to get in on people, but for him, it's just having a slow enough heartbeat and executing one pitch at a time because he can get going a little bit, and he did a great job of that today.
And then you mentioned it earlier, but no matter who it is tomorrow, do you kind of like where the rest of the bullpen is at and who you have available for the rest of the weekend?
It's about as good as you can have it set up in terms of 2 games against really, really talented offenses, and only having to use 4 guys. And Koenig might be a guy that could bounce back again tomorrow if we needed a couple outs or an inning too. And so having a third starter, all of those things. So I think we're sitting in a good spot, or as good as you can. And it's a credit to our starting pitching to go deep enough into games, and then our relievers to find ways to go multiple innings too and not have to burn through so many guys.
What is it about Danny that allowed him to succeed in such a high-pressure situation with a 1-run lead in an elimination game?
He's done it all year. I say it all the time. He's got a slow pulse. He's in control of everything, and it's just very rare to find for a freshman to be able to do that. And ever since day one in the fall, he's come in and done it to our hitters, and throughout the winter, and then throughout the course of the season, he's been in some of these environments, some big game situations, and I think all those experiences have continued to pay off. But he just doesn't let the moment get too big, and he's been outstanding for us all year, and a guy that we really need to lean on in the back end of our pen.
You guys entered the NCAA tournament, I think, at the 271st batting average as a team in the country, but you have 18 hits through 2 games. Has there been any change in approach, or what's just kind of working for that?
It's kind of been who we are all year. Again, I think some of the stats, you can go back to some of the competition that we've played early in the season, having the number 1 strength of schedule non-con. We faced some really, really good arms, and so again, our guys have seen it all. We're an experienced group to a point. I know we run out 3 or 4 freshmen, sophomore within the lineup too, but I think it's just a group that's been battle tested, and when we can stick to an approach and have a good game plan into it and we execute it, good things will happen. I still think we can execute better too. I thought there was some chances there that we got to get a bunt down. We had a chance at the moving the runners with the slash play that we didn't execute, left the bases loaded. So there's still another level to this team, execution-wise and especially offensively. That's why I'm excited that we get to keep playing and see if we can kind of come through with some of those big hits.
Coach, you mentioned the out-of-conference schedule that you face this year. Looking at the Summit League, we've seen Oral Roberts going around in the past. What about that league prepares you guys to go around like this?
I think the league keeps getting better and better. You got Oral Roberts in Omaha, and St. Thomas is a team that is eligible next year for postseason that has been at the top of our regular season standings the last couple of years. And so I think the Summit League continues to invest in baseball at a high level and wants to see the game continue to grow at these different schools. And so for us, that's why we want to schedule the tough non-con is going into the Summit League. We've kind of seen a little bit of everything. Good pitching staffs, guys, or teams that can hit the ball over the fence, teams that can execute at a high level and run a little bit more. And so that way we know a little bit more about our team and can kind of work through some of the kinks that we have in our armor and make sure that we're able to kind of get going Summit League play. This year was a little bit up and down, but found a way to play really well last week in the conference tournament. And obviously beating a good Oral Roberts team who we have a ton of respect for too. So it's fun to be here and fun to keep playing.
I think Logan had 16 pitches through the first 2 innings. I mean, what does that do for a group to start the game in an elimination game?
Yeah, he was extremely efficient. And obviously, like yesterday, Arkansas made Nolan work extremely hard through 3 or 4. I think he was at 70-some pitches. And so we needed to make sure that Knight got us off to a good start, and he did just that. And he's a guy, if he can keep the ball on the ground, usually good things happen. I think we turned a couple double plays too. And so just having the early run support, the early zeros, I think gives a jolt of belief into your team that you can go get it done against high-level competition. And again, he's been doing that all year long. A guy that, again, isn't going to wow you with velo, but he really knows how to pitch.
What did you say to him when you went out to go get him?
I said I was proud of him, right, to get us to that point. He's battled all year long. He's put us in a spot where we are today, and for him to go 6 1/3, I was hoping to get him through 7, but just felt it was the right time to go to Danny to, again, try to keep the ball in the park as much as we can. I think Becker made a really good play on the lefty, too, when he came in, too. But it's just a good effort from him, and, again, just continue to pitch to his identity and not try to be someone he isn't.
And then you got that regional win in 21 as an associate. I mean, what does it mean to you to get your first as a head coach a few years later?
It's exciting. You know, it's more exciting to get to play tomorrow again and not have the season end. I think this group's been through so much. You know, we spend a lot of time with each other on the road, which is a good thing. So these guys are like an incredible group, and excited to just continue to compete with them and play as long as we can.
Any more questions for Coach? Coach, congrats.
Awesome. Thank you.